On September 27, 1989, a group of children reported a UFO sighting in the city of Vorenezh in the Soviet Union to TASS magazine. At the time, TASS was a government-owned company that had been owned since the Russian Revolution. According to the TASS report, the group of boys were playing football in a local park when they noticed a pink glow in the sky, and soon after, a deep red ball about 10 feet away. When the ball landed in the park, the children claimed to have seen a three-eyed alien wearing bronze and a disc across its chest, and a robot exiting the craft. Also, according to the children, the alien pulled out a ray gun and shot a 16-year-old to make him disappear until the UFO departed. At first, the only ones claiming to have seen the UFO were the children at the park. Soon others began claiming to have seen the body flying in the sky, including the lieutenant of the Vorenezh District Police Station. Even the Interior Ministry released an official statement saying they would dispatch troops if the object were to reappear. The original article reporting on the UFOs quotes the Vorenezh Geophysical Laboratory, confirming the location of the landing using biolocation. But according to Paul Kurtz, the method of biolocation they used was a form of ESP dowsing. The report was the most publicized of a series of UFO claims made by official government media. It was noted that, unlike in America, the reported beings were completely apolitical and did not even speak during the visit. In addition to TASS, Kultura, a communist paper, publicized the children's claims, with the communist newspaper defending its decision, saying its coverage was motivated by the golden rule of journalism. The reader must know everything. Following the initial publicity, a private company was formed to sell tours of Vorenezh, billed as Land of the Aliens, for 59 rubles, or $95 per person. That wasn't the only case of supernatural phenomenon being reported on by Soviet media that year. Earlier in 1989, the newspaper Socialist Industry reported an encounter between a milkmaid in the region of Perm and a cosmic creature that looked like a man, but was taller than average, with shorter legs. The Soviet newspaper Pravda declared that not only had an abominable snowman been caught stealing apples in the Saratov region, but researchers had registered the influences of energy to the site in Perm, leading a geologist to conclude that they had discovered a landing field for flying saucers. The same story transcribed a telepathic discourse between Pavel Mukurtov, a journalist from Riga, and an all-too-knowing extraterrestrial. But as writer Howard G. Chua Eon explained, there was actually a pretty good reason for TASS and other Soviet news outlets to go nuts for crazy news like this. For one thing, the policy of Glasnost, part of Mikhail Gorbachev's perestroika reforms, restructured Soviet economics and society that for the first time since 1917 allowed for openness in the media. This policy was still relatively new, and publications were experimenting with how far they could go. More importantly, at a time when hope for the Soviet Union was waning, stories of aliens and mystical creatures provided something a little less depressing to think about. Though many educated Soviets strongly objected to the anti-scientific trend in the state media, UFOs weren't the only fake reports for them to be mad about. A Soviet source told Time in 1989,
"They've been feeding us rubbish about the dream of communism for years, and we now see they were lying. At least this gives us something new to dream about."
The Vorenezh UFO incident mimics our own culture war of journalistic integrity. How easy it is to trick the uneducated or indoctrinated public into believing lies because it furthers the narrative. The conclusion that had already been thought up long before any evidence had even been brought in and was willingly ignored. Whether it's state media that wants you to believe in the supreme leader's ideology or the privately owned grifter that just wants your money, their prey is the same: the gullible and the misinformed. This has been Kinospiracy. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe if you want to see more.